Hey guys, what is going on? This is Eric from StilyoApps, and in today's video I'm going to teach you how to hire your first VA for your Shopify store. If you don't know what VA is, it stands for Virtual Assistant. So he's going to help you with whatever you need. If it's uploading new products, customer support via live chat, phone and email, product description, email marketing, whatever you need, this guy is going to help you with everything. We already created a video about how to hire your first employee online. It's right here, you can check it out. But in this video, we're going to talk specifically about Shopify VA. The first question you want to ask yourself is, when is the perfect time to hire the first employee? One of two options. Usually they pretty much come together. If you get over a certain order volume, then the time it's going to take you to process each and every order by itself. Okay, if it's taking too much of your time, it's time to bring in a new person. The second thing is, whenever you start getting too many customer tickets, too many emails of customers asking to replace the product, too many customers are asking questions before making a purchase, after making a purchase, this is the time to bring in someone to do it for you, because otherwise you're just going to waste your entire day answering customers, and this is not something you want to do. Okay, so you understand it's time to hire your first employee, but where do you find it? The simple answer for that is Upwork. Upwork is a marketplace that's connecting freelancers to clients where they can work together. Obviously, you can find there tons of VAs from all over the world that are going to be willing to help you with your Shopify store. What you need to do is open an account in Upwork as a client, and then you want to post a job post explaining exactly what you want from the employee. You want to say things like why they should work for you, how much you're going to pay them, what the work is going to include, how's the training going, and all the details you want to know about the employee. Then you post the job. And after you post the job, freelancers from all over the world can apply to your job, answer specific questions you ask or any task you have. Then you can get them on an interview, and then you can choose the right person to start working with. So this is a very efficient way to do that. Upwork is a perfect platform to hire your first employee. Let's jump into the screen and I'll show you exactly how to set up your first post. Okay guys, so we are in the Upwork dashboard. This is how it looks like. Here you're going to be able to see all of your active job posts, and below that you're going to see all of your active contracts. At the moment I don't have any active contract. Now, in order to post a new job, all you have to do is just click the post a job button. You just need to go step by step through all these details and then post the job so that other freelancers can view the job post and apply for the work. Now, you can either create a new job post from scratch, or you can reuse one of your pre-made posts. And for the sake of this video, I've created the post, so it's going to be easier for us to go step by step and we don't have to set up everything manually. So I'm just going to select this option, and from the drop down here I'm going to see all the previous jobs I've ever posted on Upwork. For the sake of the example, again, we're looking for a VA for our fast growing Shopify store. I'm going to select that and hit continue. This is the title for the job. You can use something similar. I will add something like long-term job, because this is something that many freelancers are looking for. So that's going to be a good thing for them whenever they see that. And then in the job category, again, just select the one that is relevant for you. This is customer service, order processing. So yeah, you can, depends on the reason you're hiring for. If it's for customer support, then you should choose customer service. And if it's for order processing, then you should check order processing. But again, I'd suggest go with customer service. You will find people that have the talent to do both. So that's not a problem. This is the interesting part. This is the detailed description. This is where you tell everything about the job. Let's just go through this description together. If you have perfect English experience in Shopify and can provide support via live chat, phone and email, we need you. This is a long-term, stable job with a lot of room to grow and get performance-based bonuses and raises over time. Again, these are things that you're writing down to sell this job to freelancers. Job details: 8 hours a day, 6 days a week, Sundays off. Again, it depends on your business, you can change that. Ability to work in US business hours, and again, assuming you're selling to the US. Fast training, 1 month with base salary, and then fixed monthly rate of $500 a month, $400 during the training. And again, all of these things can change. You can also do it by the hour, but we believe that fixed rate is much better, so you don't have to really monitor every step your employees are taking. Candidate must have perfect English, written and verbal, and experience with Shopify. And this is usually what we write. Must have qualities and then big bonuses, like extra points for experience with Gorgias, our help desk, experience with Time Doctor, the app where we track time with, copywriting capabilities, email marketing experience. Please write banana persona when you apply. Now this is important just to make sure that people actually read the job description and not just copy paste, because there are plenty of freelancers that are just going and copy pasting their resume on all sorts of different jobs. So you want to make sure that you only take people that actually read and make sure that it's a good fit for them. AliExpress fulfillment experience, this is great. You can also add here if you want like Oberlo and Dropified. Again, depend on the apps you're using. If you're using any print-on-demand apps, you can mention them as well. Really depends on what you're doing. Design, Photoshop knowledge, any other thing you can think of, please mention in the application. We're looking for a quick learner, team player, and most importantly, an honest person we can work with for the next few years at least. We're a fun company that never deals with discipline. It's either we have fun together and the job gets done, or we don't work together. So you're just telling them a little bit about your company. So that's the first step with the little description. The more specific you are, the better. The more you can tell about your company, the easier it's going to be for the freelancer to decide if this job is good for him or not. So try to be as specific as you can and keep moving forward. You have 5,000 characters, so feel free to really go nuts. This is just an example, so I didn't go too hard on the details. The next stage will be the job details. This is where you select if it's a one-time project, ongoing project, or a complex project. Obviously for customer support, it's an ongoing project. And now you got the screening options, which is optional. And again, I highly recommend do that in every job post you make, not just for customer support. This is where I usually ask the candidate some questions that are going to help me see how he thinks and how he operates. So these are not like yes or no questions. I would like him to actually show some thought behind his answers. So the two good examples I have for you for customer support is a customer asked to return a product 6 weeks after the order was placed. Here is a link to our return policy, and you can actually use a link to your returns policy. Please draft an email to answer the customer based on the policies. Okay, so that's one, and this is going to show you first the level of his English. So it's going to show you the title he selects and the content, and you're going to see if he's empathetic or not, and you're going to see if he actually reads and understands your returns policy. So that's going to show you a lot of qualities that are great for customer support. It's going to show you if he's a quick learner or not. The second question that I've added is please rewrite this product description for this product up to 200 words, because we don't want them to overkill the job. And then we're going to ask them to require a cover letter. This is just going to make candidates write a few words about themselves, and they can explain why they need to get this job. Moving on to the next step, expertise. This is something I usually keep empty. If you have specific requirements for specific software and it's somewhere in here, or specific skills, you can write it down, but I like to keep the options as wide as possible and then invite people later. This way I keep my options open. In terms of level of experience, I would go with intermediate, but you can go with entry level as well. You don't need to go for the expert. They're just going to charge more, and it's a very simple job. You can teach them everything on your own. For the availability, I'm just going to keep it for everyone, and I'm going to keep it for one freelancer. You can also set it up to more than one freelancer and set it up for 3. This will probably help you to get more candidates, just because they're going to think they have a better chance of getting the job if 3 people are getting it and not just one. But I'm going to keep it just for one freelancer. I'm going to leave everything else empty. In terms of the job, you can either pay by the hour, and if you do so, anywhere between $3 to $5 an hour should be more than enough for Shopify VA. And then I'm just going to go with the fixed rate of $500. I think that's what we're willing to offer and what we want to offer to keep it simple. Once it's done, you just need to review your job post, and you can post the job now. And this is it. My job is now active. As you can see, congratulations, your post is live. You can see your post here. You can edit it, view the posting, remove the posting, reuse the posting and make it private. You can just keep it like this, give it a few days, and you will see that a few candidates already starting to apply. Now let's just wait a few days and I'll show you how you actually find the really, really good candidates. So we've posted the job. It's now available for freelancers to apply for the job, but it's not enough. If you really want to get the high quality candidates, now it's time for you to go search for them. Use the search engine they have to find relevant Shopify VAs with experience in Shopify and the relevant apps you got, and invite them into your project. This way you can really find and narrow down the ones that are highly qualified for the job. And now let's just wait for another few days. So it's been a few days, and as you can see, we already have a few people that applied for my job who wants to be my Shopify VA. By default, Upwork allows you to invite 15 candidates per job post. Otherwise, you have to upgrade to unlimited, which is I think $30 per job post. They changed their prices recently. So what you want to do is just to head over to invite freelancers and open the filter box. Now usually what I'm going to do is just search for people who charge $10 or less, and I'm going to search in the location for the Philippines, just because usually they have a very good spoken English and we want them to provide customer support over the phone as well. And then in the search box, I'm going to use keywords like Shopify and Oberlo. Let's assume that I'm using Oberlo for order fulfillment and hit search. If I scroll down, I'm going to see all the candidates that match the description of what I searched for. And now it's just time to have a look at their profiles, see which ones are the best candidates and invite them to my project here. Let's have a look at Vemberly, for example. She had a lot of experience with Shopify. I can see that she has not so good reviews, so maybe I'm not going to invite her to my job. Let's see if she have any experience with Oberlo, Dropify. This is great. This is exactly the thing that I'm looking for. So it seems like it can be a great fit. Now let's see the description. She doesn't take her job seriously. I texted her and response after a week. So maybe that's not a good one. Let's find someone else. Now, I don't want to aim for the $10 ones because it's a little bit too expensive, especially if you're just starting out. So let's search for the ones with $5 per hour or less. To be honest, many times you might think that if some freelancer have less reviews, maybe he's not as good, but many times they just come from different platforms. From what I see, they got plenty of experience with e-commerce, Shopify, eBay, WooCommerce, Magento, Oberlo, Dropify, exactly. Okay, this one looks like a great candidate and it's a rising talent, which is great. Let's invite them to the job. And you just want to repeat this process a couple of times until you find few people that you like and you think can be great fit for your job post. So I'm going to save you the time of what you should do. Let's fast forward and I'm going to invite multiple people to this job. So we've reached the limit of the amount of freelancers we can invite for one job, and now Upwork is asking us to upgrade for $30 for this job post in order to invite as many freelancers as we need. I highly recommend doing that, and I do this every time I hire, real freelancers for my business. In this case, I'm just going to say no thanks, and let's just wait an extra few days to see some of the candidates joining. And the next step would be to filter them and, set up an interview with one of them. So I'll see you in a day or two once we start getting more proposals. So it's been a few days, and as you can see, we have a list of a lot of freelancers that answered the questions and applied to the job. Now, there are a few things that I want to check. First of all, I wrote the question about writing the word banana just in the middle to make sure that they read the job description and didn't just copy paste something they had pre-made. The second thing I looked at is how he thinks and check his creative thinking and not just answering customer support. I've limited down the ones that gave me good answers, and I'm going to set up an interview with each and every one of them. I'll just jump into an example of one of these interviews so you can see what I'm asking and what vibe I'm getting from this VA. Let's jump into the interview. Hey, Christian.
Hi.
What's up?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing great.
All right, nice to meet you. So first of all, could you please tell me a little bit about yourself? Where exactly are you from? Your experience with Shopify, your experience with customer support. Also, I want to hear your English a little bit to see if it's good enough to handle phone support. So go ahead.
I got it. So basically, I started working as a customer service representative here in Philippines. It's a local big telco company from US, which is Comcast, Verizon, Sony, and also Microsoft. So I was working there as a chat support, email support, and even phone support. We're handling billing concern, technical concern for their product. Then after that, I was
what was their product actually?
Most of them service like internet service, data plans.
Got it.
When I was working on Sony and Microsoft, I was handling PlayStation, gaming console, and also Xbox.
Got it. Okay.
And then after that, my wife introduced me to freelancing. Wherein from the first year of my work, I was handling also customer concerns, which is from e-commerce store. So I'm working for chat support on using Zendesk. That's the platform that we are using to handle customers' concern and also moderate the chat.
And is
the
that,
comments.
does that store running on Shopify or Magento, BigCommerce?
We're using Shopify that time.
Okay.
And then after that, my client wants me to do the product page. So I was also tasked to do the product page. That's where I get the experience on how to work on copywriting or how to make it more beautiful for the product page. And then after that, the video ads for Facebook. So he wants me also to do that.
Okay, after the call, can you send me an example of a video ad that you edited?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
I can send you the proposal.
You can send it to me after the call. You don't have to do it right now. Just so I can see. And what software do you use to edit the videos?
Adobe Premiere Pro. That's the one that I'm using. And then after that...
for how long you worked in this store?
Like around 2 years.
Okay.
I worked for him for 2 years, and then after that, he wants me to do.
Let's one step at a time. So first of all, you worked there for 2 years. Did you used to answer phone calls as well, or just chats and emails?
Chats and emails for that time.
Okay, and why did you stop working there? Was that because the store stopped working, or what was the reason for you leaving there?
The main reason is my client had some kind of personal issues with his fiancée, so everything gets messed up. And the last time that I talked to him, he was planning to do some kind of books or e-commerce books. That's the thing that he will go into focus that time.
Got it. Okay. All right. So what did you do after that?
After that, we also do our local store here in Philippines. We do our own drop shipping stores. So we run it for almost 2.5 years. So my wife and I doing it.
Wait, so you have your own Shopify store?
Yes, sir. We're using Shopify, and then we're running ads through Facebook.
Awesome.
So we run it for 2.5 years until we got some problem with Facebook, which is our account get disabled. So we tried almost 8 accounts, Facebook account, either from our family or relatives. But then our Facebook still keeps on, our account gets suspended. So for that point, we tried to do some conceptualize, we think, for a good idea. We're trying to make some kind of niche store. So we're still planning.
Wait,
to do
so
that.
Just trying to think, to what type, like what kind of revenue do you guys get to when you got banned from Facebook?
We're getting around, if we were going to spend like, how many dollars for that? I'm not sure. Let me try to convert it.
Did you get any sales?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
So how much revenue did you get daily?
From daily, we are getting around 50 to 60 or 70,000 per day. We're getting
$100,000 US dollars in sales.
It's pesos. It's pesos.
Pesos, all right. So how much is it in US dollars?
I'll try to convert it.
I'm just interested because it's showing a lot of understanding of the ecosystem if you're doing that. So wait, can you tell me how many orders daily? I'm just trying to realize it. It's impressive.
We're getting around 100 orders. We're using 2 to 3 products.
And you got to a place where you're profitable, or you were still not profitable?
Profitable.
Nice.
But what happened with us is before we started our e-commerce store, since dropshipping is not really possible here, it's actually more on like Amazon FBA, wherein we're doing stocks on a specific warehouse.
Yeah.
So we got like 6 to 7 investors.
So wait, do you have an experience with Amazon FBA as well?
I don't.
Yeah.
But it's yeah. But I wasn't able to practice it, but I was able to read the whole process using it.
Got it. And did you get to a point where you have like customer support agents for your store, or were you the only one?
Yeah, we also got a customer service representative who's handling the messages and also the comment section.
When did this store got banned? How long ago was it?
It's actually almost 2 to 3 years. Our store is running. We are actually the first, I don't know, it was the first month when the Facebook ads introduced some kind of customer feedback section.
Oh yeah, I remember that. we had a rough
We
period of
actually
time.
got messed up from our group. All of us actually having some kind of problem with that. So we just tried to move on, and from there we tried to learn a lot of things from SEO, different kind of organic sales or organic visitor.
Did
Something
you
like that.
had any experience with Google Ads or Google Shopping, anything like that?
Not as of the moment. I haven't got a chance to work on a client wherein focusing on Google Ads.
Okay, this is great. And just asking a little bit, did you dropship from AliExpress? Did you have an external supplier? Did you use Oberlo, Dropify? What types of apps and softwares did you use?
My first experience on using being a freelancer, I was working as well on order processing using AliExpress, and I'm using Oberlo to process everything.
All right, how many orders can you process an hour? Do you know?
Using Oberlo, I can actually process an order like 5 minutes for 20 to 30 orders.
Got it. Okay, do you have any experience with Gorgias by any chance?
No, sir. I haven't.
Have you heard about
seen.
it?
No, sir.
All right.
I'll
You
be
don't need
honest
to
that
call
I'm
me
still.
sir. No need to call me sir. My name is Eric, by the way. Oh, I didn't even introduce myself. I'm sorry. So my name is Eric. My sister name is Ruth. She's my business partner as well. So the account is under her name, but I did the entire communication. So I'm sorry if I didn't mention that. Okay, so in terms of experience, it seems like you got everything that you need. In terms of, can you tell me a little bit more about your personal life? Like, I understand that you're married. Can you tell me exactly where do you live, how old you are, in terms of, I know that some things in the Philippines might be an issue, like internet connection, electricity, and stuff like that. So can you please tell me a little bit more?
Well, I'm 25 years old. I'm not yet married, but I'm with my partner for almost 5 years now. We have two kids. One is 4 years old, and the newest one is 2 years old. So we live in Metro Manila or Quezon City, which is the capital of Philippines. We for my entire life here, we didn't get any kind of internet interruption, but we are also aware of that since we are working as a freelancer. What we did is we get a backup internet plan, like a prepaid wireless Wi-Fi. So in that way, if anything goes wrong, then we still have another option. Just being prepared for anything get worse.
All right. How about electricity? Do you guys have any issues with that there?
No, sir. Okay. No, Eric, sorry.
No, I know. Probably in Manila, it's not a big issue, but I've employed people from the Philippines before, probably in less populated areas when there were plenty of issues with electricity. That's the reason I'm asking.
I understand, sir. I mean, it's actually kind of common issues for the electricity, especially from the province. But here in the capital or the main province of Philippines, we didn't get any kind of problem.
Okay.
So from that, I think everything is kind of there's some kind of way. If you want to have some power or if you need to work, then you can go to internet cafe or like Starbucks.
All right.
So that work.
So I do have two other questions for you. First of all, is there any health issue that can prevent you from work? Anything family related that I need to be aware about?
No.
No. Okay. In terms of working hours, can you work 24/7? Do you have any issue?
24/7?
I mean, not 24/7 on a row. I mean, can you work at any hours that we're going to define?
Yeah, sure. Okay. There's no problem with me. I mean, I was working as the graveyard shift before, and I also do a morning shift before, and there's no problem with me.
Okay. Last question is, do you have any other job at the moment?
No.
So you don't have any other clients? Okay. Okay. So, all right. Perfect. In terms of, it's important to us, usually whenever someone works for us, we go with just a fixed rate monthly in order to achieve two things. First of all, we want you to feel very secure working with us. We don't want you to be afraid about, having to give certain amount of hours. So if there is no time to work, it's okay if you work a little bit less, But on the other hand, if there are times when it's overcrowded and we need some extra help, then we will expect you to do some extra. But the salary is going to stay fixed. It doesn't going to be like $2 an hour or anything crazy like that. We want you, that there's always room for raises. People are working with us for years. Let me just tell you a little bit about our company. Actually, the job is going to be a little bit different than what we wrote in the post because things have changed. But basically, I used to run my own Shopify Plus store. We got to a place about $500,000 a month, and eventually I decided to sell my store and I started building apps for Shopify. So me and my sister, we have a company called StilyoApps. We have about 5 different apps on the App Store right now. The main one is called Reconvert. I don't know if you heard of it. And we have a bunch of other apps. And we're looking for someone who's either going to give us a support or we're going to create a customer success manager. So that's a person we have about 30,000 Shopify stores using our apps. And we're looking for someone who's going to be a success manager, which means basically finding the big stores that are using the products but are not using them correctly and give them a call, help them use the product better. So if you do get the job, you're going to have to learn the app from like A to Z, learn everything about the app. And after that, we're going to give you all the tools you need, learn how to give demos of the app. And, we're going to give you everything you need. The reason, by the way, I did this interview to you is because from what we've understood until now, the only reason for us to find good people for our company is to find people that have experience with Shopify and tell them our apps instead. And you, even better, you have experience, you've had your own store, which means you understand conversion rate, you understand marketing, you understand how merchants thinks. And if you understand how merchant thinks, you can start talk to them. Do you have any questions for me? I know it's not clear yet, but I promise you everything else is going to be clear if we continue forward.
Well, the only question that I have, are we going to run a time on Upwork, or is it going to using the time that turn?
So it's completely up to you, by the way. We usually just offer our employees to get paid via TransferWise. This way you pay less and you can get the conversion fee directly to your bank with your local currency, and we take all the exchange fees on our company. And this way you don't have to pay this huge amount to Upwork. So this is something we do, and obviously if you can work with us, it's up to you. If you want to keep your profile on Upwork, that's okay. If not, we can move forward, completely up to you. But usually we manage tasks on ClickUp and we manage times on Time Doctor. Now, another thing that are very important to let you know before we dive any deeper, we do not believe in discipline. We don't deal with discipline at all in our company. So it's either we have a lot of fun working together, and we do have a lot of fun with our team, and we trust everyone to do what they need to do, or we just don't work together and that's it. So there is nothing in the middle, okay? So if you have free time, that's okay. We understand that people have their own life outside of the job, but whenever there is job to be done, the job needs to be done in the best way. As long as this is happening, everything is cool. If it doesn't happen, we just no hard feeling, goodbye. And the reason, by the way, I'm saying it is because specifically with the Philippines, back in the day when I was a merchant on Shopify, it was great working with people from the Philippines. Since then, every time I tried hiring for my new company, it didn't work out with people from the Philippines, mostly because of discipline issues. Now, I'm not trying to be racist or saying anything. I'm just talking about my own experiences. But you seem like a cool guy. You seem like you have your own motivation to work. You don't need like an external motivation, so that's great. Any other thing you want to know?
I'm actually good. I mean, I'm very excited. If I will be hired for this company, I'm really excited. That's actually some kind of company that I was looking for, a long-term company. Like it can give you some kind of guarantee that there's a bright future ahead of you. So I'm really excited if I will be able to work on this company.
Awesome. So listen, just to tell you next steps, first of all, I'm not saying yes or no yet because I still have a lot of interviews to do, but I will get back to you. Even if the answer is no, I'm going to get back to you. You're not going to stay up and dry. If you do get the job, we're going to give you access to everything you need. We're going to start training. First month is with minimum salary. After that, we're getting to like a higher salary until you pass a test that we have. It's like 100 questions about the app and the company, just so you understand everything. Once you pass the test, you start with the base salary that we talked about, and then we can have two things. Either obviously based on time, once you get more familiar with the company, there's room for raises, and then we can also create some types of performance-based bonuses. We do have a sales operation with recurring commission, lifetime commission, and our products are very easy to sell because they are good. We have good products. It's not like, we're not trying to give people sell like crappy products in exchange for a lousy fee. We have an awesome product, and this is something we're really proud of. So yeah, if you create this type of bonus structure, it's not related to your base salary. Again, it's very important to us that people will feel secure in their job with us, okay? So just to let you know. Either way, thank you so much for your time. And I'll be in touch, and have a great evening.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay guys, so as you can see from this interview, this guy seems okay, and we started this interview to hire him for an imagined e-commerce store, but since I saw that he is actually a perfect candidate in my mind because he had a Shopify store, and if you have had your own Shopify store and ran these numbers, 100 orders per day, it means you understand the entire process of building a store, marketing a store, handling products, handling analytics, handling everything else around it, fulfillment, etc. Support, obviously. Now I'm gonna just take these notes and I'm going to shortlist him because I want him on the shortlist, and I'm going to save this candidate. Alright guys, this is it. So you now have the full process of how to hire an employee. After you find the one you want to start with, you just need to click hire on Upwork and you're good to go. If you're interested in taking the job outside of Upwork, we can make another video about tools we use externally like Time Doctor, ClickUp, Slack, and other channels of communications to work with employees. But for this video, you can just use Upwork and you're completely good to go. Another extra tip that is super important is, please guys, don't just interview a single person. Usually after the first interview, you're going to fall in love with the candidate and you're going to think, oh my god, he's so good, I must start working with him. Now, I know also that interviews takes a lot of energy and a lot of your time, but still, if you have 10 interviews, 5 interviews, you're going to get so much better insights about which one is good and which one is kind of less. This is it guys, thank you so much for watching. I listed in the description below a link to the format of the job post that I just showed you in the example, so you can use it for your own benefit. And if you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe and push that notification button so you know whenever we release new videos or go live. We try to release new videos every single week. If you have any questions, any comments, or if you just liked us, please comment in the comment section below, and I promise we will answer each and every one of you. Have an awesome day, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.